Hello, this is Aloft Virtual Alliance. Welcome to our flight today. We are on the ground in Mexico City and we are flying to Tulum today. We are in the 737-700. Let's take a look at it. So here we are. Getting loaded up. We're almost done with passengers. I think we have about 20 left, roughly, last time I checked. Our initial flight plan is loaded. We don't have any ATC on, so we need to make sure we're on Unicom. 122.8. There we go. Alright, so let's check our weather. 060 at 3, 7 statute miles, easy. Yep, okay, so we are good with 5 right for our departure. So let's go ahead and get this all programmed in. So departure, we're going to do 5 right. Noxa 3 Alpha departure and execute. Index arrival. So according to this, it's saying we should be landing on 30, but it's also not being used. So let's look up the current weather down in Tulum. I think we're going to program runway 12 in, and then we will see what happens with it. What is our arrival? MUB. Okay. Where? MUB. Okay. So we end at Otusu. So then let's go to our approaches. Look up Zulu. No, we don't want that one. Look up Yankee. Yes, so we want ILS Yankee 12. That and this. Execute legs. Check and make sure. Yep, everything went well. Alright. So we're good to go there. Oh, are we done boarding? Almost. Okay. Let's get our APUs started. Kick on our fuel. We'll get our overhead panel all set up. All on. Alright, boarding's done, so we're looking good there. What is our cruise altitude today? 370. Okay. Alright, we're looking good there. Alright, so let's get this programmed. So reserves are 5. Cost index is 38 today. Cruise is 370. Cruise wind is 304 at 21. There's that. 0 fuel weight. Takeoff, we're going to do flaps 5. Center of gravity and plug in RV speeds. Okay, that is looking good there. Alright, so APU is on. Let's start to get ready. Alright, so let's get our parking brakes set. May need to turn off those center fuel tanks. Yeah, we don't have any fuel in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and kick those off. I thought we had a little bit in there. We do not. Okay, so we are good to go there. So let's go menu here on the FMC, ground services, release and release those. So ground power and chocks are off. Let's get GSX to push us back. And then we're going to pull open our taxi chart here.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
It's actually a really easy taxi. We're going to push to the left, and then just go straight.
Looking here.
Well, that's the runway. Actually, we want to go to Echo A1. Okay, so we're going to go out on A4, Echo A1. We're going to want full length just to be safe. Get our beacon on left.
Release parking brakes.
Okay. Brakes are off.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at full.
Okay, we're going to start engine 2 first today. Alright, engine 2 started. Let's get engine 1 going.
Reset parking brakes.
Okay, fuel's on, brakes set. Alright, engine 1's on, switch over to its power, APU coming off. Get our packs set, that one's good.
Unlocking gear.
All is well there. Okay, let's get auto brake set to takeoff. Flaps 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Looking good there.
Contact disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Get our altitude plugged in. We are going up to 370 today. With no ATC, we're just going to climb direct. We will comply with any restrictions. Looks like we've got one where we got to be below 14,000 feet, but we'll make sure we comply with those just in case somebody else is coming in and we don't want to affect them. And we are going to call and say what we're doing today. Alright, so let's tell the radio what we're doing. Mexico City traffic, Breeze 311, Terminal 2, taxiing to runway 5 right for departure. Alright, so let's get our light on. Everything else looks good. Parking brake is off. Do a little throttle here, and away we go. So what I'm trying to do on this recording is I'm going to record basically this whole flight. So we're going to go down and back, and I'm going to do it in one recording. There's going to be some speed ups for, maybe deboarding and boarding a little bit. But I want to try and do it. I want to see how the sim does. That's why we're not using the banner today. I don't want to run into any issues, so we're going to do it without our banner today. Sim brief says we're 2 hours and 30 minutes one way, takeoff to touchdown. So I'm excited to see how this goes. We'll go there and back and do some flying. Alright, so this is Alpha 4 here. We're not going to turn on this first one, we're going to turn on the second one, that is Echo. And then we're going to take it to A1, which it basically just kind of ends into. And we're going to take that to get to the runway. So we've got full length just to be on the safe side. Okay, so this is us here. And this is A1 right here. Alright, we're close enough. Let's get our lights on. Lights are good. Mexico City traffic, Breeze 311, lining up runway 5 right for departure. Alright, everything's looking good. And I did remember to do my push to talk before we got in the sim, and everything's going off and all that, so that went a lot better this time, so that part is done. Alright, let's get lined up here. That looks pretty good. Yep, alright, so let's pull the engines and take off. Alright, gear coming up. Go ahead and arm the auto throttle. Alright, do VNAV, LNAV, and autopilot. Get flaps to 1. Flaps coming up. every auto brake. Go back to off. Flaps are up. We are passing 10,000 feet, but we're going to get a little more altitude and then we'll kick off our lights. That. I did forget to kind of show you where we're going here. Not kind of, but show you where we're going. So that's us, and that's where we're going. So you can see Cancun up above Tulum over on the right hand side. So basically we're going just direct east, maybe a little to the north, but that's where we're headed. I've never been to this airport before, so it's new. So we'll give it a shot, see what we think. Alright, so this is where we need to be below 14,000. Alright, we kick our lights off now. Lights are coming off. Let's see. So the C-locks, we've got to be between 18,000 and flight level 250. Okay, standard. Really high pressure over Mexico City. We're at 3034. Alright, now we get to gain some speed, so that'll be good. Alright, so we're just going to keep on climbing. I'm going to speed up the video from here through cruise to about 15,000 feet above ground, approaching into Tulum. We'll do a weather check, make sure our selection of runway 12 is good. If not, we'll adjust it, but that's what we're planning on right now. SimBrief was thinking 30, but just looking at where everything's currently at, I think we're good, but we'll double check it. Cruising at 370, so no steps today, and should be pretty smooth. So we'll see you on the other side of cruise. speed down into Tulum. We are going to stick with runway 12. The wind is calm. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, calm. Visibility is 6 statute miles. So we're going to go ahead and stick with this as our choice for right now and see how we do. Alright, let's open this. No ATC on currently. Alright, let's get auto brake set to 2. Let's go to here, so 109.1. 10910. Okay, that looks good. And then 122 on the course. Okay, that looks good. And we're at 10,000, so let's get our lights on. Alright. That is all looking good. Now we just gotta fly. Alright, get this ready to go. Alright, chairs ready so we don't roll around. It's always a good thing. Alright, so we got our reference speed 126. Go a little lower on altitude, yes. Let's go 4,000. Speed this up. Take our speed down, 180, 190, that'll work. Why isn't the 109.1? 109.1. Why isn't it the ILS pulling up? Okay, departure arrival. RNAV 12, Otosu, execute, legs. Let's go with this then. What is going on here with the speed? Come on, gotta slow down. So it wasn't picking up the ILS frequency. So we switched to the RNAV. We need to kill off some speed. Come on. Keep slowing down. We're going way too fast for some reason. Okay, we're going to take it down to 120, nope, 131. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop the gear. Flaps down more. Let's get our speed brakes up. Okay, arm those. Let's put some more flaps in this. Alright, flaps are full. let's take auto throttle off. Alright, got the runway, autopilot's coming off. Come on, come back. A little rougher than I was hoping. All right. Let's get flaps up, lights off, APU started. Do GSX, select from map. Do gate 3. No. Viva works. Alright, auto brake off. speed brakes where they're supposed to be. Okay, here's our gate. Good enough there. Switch lights off and APU power, and here we go. Cool. Alright, so let's get deboarding going.
Deboarding requested.
And let's go menu, FS actions, ground services, set our chocks, and request ground power. Oh, there we go. Now we're on ground power. Alright, so I'm going to let it do the full deboarding, and then I'm going to reboard it and get it ready to go back to Mexico City. I'm going to turn this thing. So I'm going to put you guys on the outside. And, well, maybe not. The gate's being stubborn, so I'll just let it deboard, and then I may restart this. I don't think I'm going to turn it because something's wrong with the gates. I need to see if I can find a GSX file or something. So let me work on that, and then we'll get going. Alright, so we pulled into the gate that's right over there. Clearly this thing's having some issues with its gates. They don't want to get low enough for the 7.3, but that gate is set up for the 7.3. We parked right on the parking for it. So I warped us over here. I'm going to get the boarding going, do some flight planning and all of that. I'm going to record all of this. And then I'll speed some of it up or put some music in some of this, but now that I got this kind of figured out what's going on, we're going to get going. So let's go GSX. Oh wait, hold on. First I got to get the flight planning done, so let me do that. I'm going to jump off the mic for a minute, get all that set up, then I'll get boarding going, and yeah, we'll just keep going on. I don't want to restart the sim. I want to see how it does on the turnaround, so that's what we're going to do here. Alright, welcome back in. We're about done with loading. That went a little faster than what I thought. We're about 10 people away from being fully loaded. So what we're going to do, APU is on, so we're going to switch to that. We do need to get our packs situated again. Need to do this. Okay. Everything else looks good there. Import flight at SimBrief. Going back to Mexico City. Okay, that looks good. Let's look up the weather again. 29906. So the altimeter's changed since we arrived. Wind 70 at 12. Okay. So all that looks good. So let's get in here. Get our departure and arrival info done. We're going off 12. Piero 1A. Index arrival. Okay, so it's saying 23 left into Mexico City. It very well could be, it's just hard to say, but we'll roll with it. So, Eston. We need to figure out which one of the ILS approaches will feed us there. This one will. So, ILS Zulu. X-ray. ILS Eston. Was our arrival. 3 Bravo. Execute legs. Sure all this is driving. Yes. No discontinue. Discontinuities, I should say. 380 is our cruise. Let's get cost index of 7. Wind is 299 at 23. Reserves are 5. 0 fuel weight. Execute. Takeoff 5. And there's all that. And center of gravity. Okay. That's all done. So we're boarded. Is our parking brake still set? Yes, it is. Yes. Okay, so let's do menu, FS actions, ground services. We're going to release our ground power and our chocks. And we are going to tell GSX that we're ready to push and start. Prepare for pushback and departure. Okay. And that was a little bit of a debacle coming in here. My phone was blowing up and it was annoying as hell. Everybody wanted to call right at the same time and send 5 text messages, all of that fun stuff. I'm like, damn, can we not spread this out a little bit? Help me out here, man. But what do I know?
Departure checks complete. Bypass being inserted.
Alright, so that's all good. Sure, I'm not here. Beacon, come on. Okay.
Locking gear.
Make sure all of our doors are shut. Yep. And yep, looking. Oh, we're just gonna take that through the airplane. Okay, that works. Alright. Yeah, we're good to go. Alright, we're gonna go left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wing.
Pretty sure I said for it to push left, but yeah, and now it's kind of going that way. We're starting engine 1 first right now. Okay, looking good there. Introduced fuel. Reset that. Auto throttle is disarmed. That's good. Okay, let's get engine 2 going. Introduce the fuel.
Please set parking brakes.
Brakes are set. Just waiting on the second engine to start completely. Okay, get our packs back on.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Get taxi light on. Okay. Brakes are off. Still no ATC, so okay. There's our flaps. And yeah, we are good to roll. throttle. Let's get our lights on. Alright. Get lined up. So the scenery's good, except the gates. That was a little surprising. They would not dock with the 7.3. They were all too high. Okay. I mean, other than that, the airport looks good, but that's kind of a bummer that those did not work at all. I'm sure they can fix it in an update, and they may not even know. May see if they've got a support forum somewhere. Post it. Alright, go to VNav, LNav. Boom. What's going on here with the LNav? Why does it think the VOR and localizer? There we go. Come on. Everybody needs to play nice. There we go.
Bank angle.
We're okay. Might help if I dial this up. Wow. Basin. 380. Alright. Flaps are all going up. We've got a restriction here of 5,500 feet. We've got 380 dialed in. I had to cycle the flight director to get the LNAV to be able to come back online. Alright, everything, nope. That, lights are still good, we don't want to mess with those yet. Okay, everything else is where it should be for the time being. Alright, we're climbing like a little rocket ship now. Up to 380, there's only one other restriction, and it's an above. We need to be above 12,000 feet, so we should be good there. Damn. We're passing 10,000, so we're going to kick off lights. That looks good. Alright, so we're passing 16,000 feet, actually. A little higher than what I thought we were. So we're going to speed up the video and get to, what is Mexico City at elevation-wise? I think it's 7,000 feet. Yeah, 7,300. Okay, so around 22,000 feet, slow things back down, kind of like what we did on the way in there from Cabo. If you haven't watched that video, it's in the library as well. Probably around 20 to 22. I hope the winds hold or change, because right now they're not favoring 2-3, so I'm hoping they change and we do get to land on 2-3 left. I haven't landed on the 2-3s in a while. Altimeter's done. So I'm hoping that changes where we can land on the 2-3s and do something a little different. But if not, we'll go land on the 5s. We are going back to Terminal 2 with this flight. So yeah, somewhere around in there, we'll slow things back down and start approaching into Mexico City. We don't have as much to do ahead of time with us flying the 7-3. We just don't need to. That'll work. And yeah, that's about it. So we'll see you on the other side of cruise, descending into Mexico City.
on Gulf, then assault climb via decline 2 Alpha departure to flight level 290, squawk 4201.
Okay, Mexico 472, clear to Houston via the Ecana 2 Alpha 05 left, climb to 290.56, squawk 4201, and Mexico 472.
Mexico 472, pushback direction, readback is correct, pushback is approved, and advise when you're ready to taxi. Expect runway 05 right.
Push approved and I'll close taxi in Mexico 472.
Alright, welcome in from
Delta Papa, dígame intenciones.
welcome in from cruise.
Mike Delta Papa.
We are
Ahora
descending
atraveso.
into
Delta Papa, le dije
Mexico
instrucciona
City,
por derecha,
towers on.
05 derecha.
That's who you can hear in the background.
Patrón de stop por derecha y piso 05 derecha, el Mike Delta Papa.
Continúe por izquierda, espere 505 izquierda, ahora el Mike Delta Papa.
05 izquierda, Mike Delta Papa.
And we did have to change our arrival runway. We are arriving on 5 right, according to the ATIS from according to the ATIS from ePilot. Sorry, my brain just lost that one for a minute, so all good there. Where are we at on altitude? 19,000 feet.
Mike Delta Papa, autorizado toque si stairs, pista 05 izquierda, viento en calma. Mantenga patrón por izquierda.
Autorizados al toque de despegue en el aire patrón de tránsito por izquierda, notificamos a través de el Mike Delta Papa.
Really, I didn't. Oh, I know why. I didn't have those on the way in. That tank was empty. I didn't think we were going to need that tank for the return. But we did, that's okay. Alright, let's look up our weather again. 3027 is our altimeter. Too far. There we go. Alright, so on approach, the things we gotta watch are speed and altitude. We gotta make sure we're staying up with the crossing instructions and speed. With the approach, the way it is, you don't want to enter too high and too fast, or you won't be able to slow down or get down fast enough. So we want to make sure we're on schedule with that. That is the goal of the approach, which right now we got to maintain 18,000 for 2 waypoints. Yeah, 2 waypoints, and then we'll start down again. Nice, there's one of them. And this is our next one. Then we need to get to 14,000 and below 210 knots after that. Alright, should be turning us toward, yeah, what I thought. Will get us lined up with the approach. We were flying parallel of it, now we're going to fly kind of directly at it. Alright, so time to start descending. I want to keep an eye on our speed and see if we need to put down the speed brakes to help us slow, or if we can do it in the amount of time without. I've got our altitude all the way down to 9,000 feet. Which is right about where we want to be when we're turning final.
Mike, autorizado para que se despegue pista 05 izquierda en el área y mantenga patrón por izquierda a 8.500 pies.
Autorizados al toque y despegue en el área patrón de tránsito por izquierda y notificamos a través de torre del Mike de Topo.
Alright, about there, altitude wise, speed has not dropped down on its own. Well, it did, but we're just not there. So, yep, let's get these out. Come on. about 12.5 and below 210 on speed. Okay. So next waypoint, we need to be below 185 knots and above 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get our lights on. It's looking good there. Auto brake 2. And let's go ahead and kick these out a little bit. This is why I was hoping for the 2-3. You don't have to do this, if I remember correctly, as steep of descent into Mexico City. It's a little more forgiving coming in from the 2-3s, if I remember correctly, because you have more space. The problem with this side is you're right up against the mountains and there's not a lot of space.
Mike Delta Papa, cuando les sea posible a través de torre, realice 360 por derecha, mantenga 9500.
Okay, arm our localizer.
Notificamos a través torre y 360 por derecha el Mike Delta Papa. Mantenemos debajo de 9500.
We're going to take over descent. We've got it 1,500 feet per minute. Put these out a little bit more. Okay, they're out full. So we need to be below 9,300 at the next one.
2,500.
And above 160 on speed. Okay. Ahead and arm our approach.
Moxie 312, are you on?
Breeze 312 is just getting ready to call you. Yes, turning final for runway 5 right.
Moxie 312, winds calm, runway 05 right, clear to land.
Roger, clear to land, 05 right, breeze 312. Okay, gears coming down. Got the glide slope. Get our speed brakes up and stowed. Activate those. Check our reference, 129, so we're gonna go 134 on the speed. Get some more flaps in this.
Mexico 472, ready for taxi.
Mexico 472, runway 05 right, QNH 3027, taxi via Alpha, Bravo 1, hot shore, on the hot shore bars.
Alright, so we're good on
Alpha
our
Bravo 1,
altimeter.
QNH 3027, Mexico 472.
Mike, papá, continúa con la aproximación, piso 05 izquierda, viento en calma, autorizado, toque y despegue, tráfico por izquierda.
1,000.
Autorizados al toque de despegue en el área de
Auto
tráfico por
throttle,
izquierda al Mike Delta
come
Papa.
off. Like to get a little lower before I take it off autopilot. Make sure we got the runway visually. There it is. Alright. Autopilot coming off.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Little low, but not bad. Alright, let's get turned here. Start our APU. Looks good.
Mexico 472, approaching Bravo 1, ready for taxi. Takeoff.
Mexico 472, runway 05 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 05 right, Mexico 472.
Maxi 312, taxi to the ramp via Echo, Papa Hotel, your discretion.
Roger, Echo, Papa Hotel, our discretion. Where is Echo, Papa Hotel? Okay.
472, runway 05 right, wind calm.
Alright.
Clear for takeoff. Airborne UK monitored Unicom 122.8. Have a good day.
Clear takeoff 05 right after airborne, contact Unicom, Mexico 472, thanks.
Gate 53, select. No. That works. Alright, so we're going to try a different gate this time. We're going to gate 53, so Papa Hotel is what we need. Let's kind of stick here. Yeah, I like that. Alright, flaps are up. Lights are off. All that's good to go. Nice. Switch our power over the APU, that way when we cut engines we're good. Alright, other than being a little low on the approach towards the end, I felt like that was really good. We managed speed and altitude pretty well. That is a trick here, so I felt like we did that really well today. Good touchdown. Like I said, just a little low, probably should have been a little higher, but it is what it is. We didn't touch down like on the run-up area or anything. We were after the numbers, or right at the numbers, so it worked out. Alright, so what are we doing next? I think we're flying to Medellin in Colombia, which I'm going to switch everything back to the Airbus. We're going to take the A321neo there, stretch its legs for breeze. Haven't done that one yet, so we'll switch to the A321neo and head to Medellin. Okay, so we want to stay left
Autorizados al toque de
here
despegue, piso 05 izquierda en el área patrón de tránsito por izquierda y notificamos
on
mantenemos
Echo.
el 1500 pesos el mayor de papá.
couple of hotels coming up. Right here. We're looking for gate 53.
Mike Delta Papa, ¿les preferencia a las 5 izquierda o 5 derecha?
05 izquierda está bien para el Mike Delta Papa.
Así,
At 54. So we are the next one. Because they do not do evens and odds like I thought on the other one. Alright, this should be us here.
Solicitamos aterrizaje con parada total del Mike Delta Papa.
Mike Delta Papa, cambia pista 05 derecha, autorizado a aterrizar, pide viento es calma. Llame en básico.
Autorizado a aterrizar pista 05 derecha, notificamos básico Mike Delta Papa.
Parking brake. Kill engines. Lights. Boarding. Alright. Get our ground power up and running. Menu. FS actions. Ground services. Set our chocks and request our ground power. How do we do connecting? Good. Alright, we can kick off our APU like so. And there we go. On the ground here in Mexico City.
Passengers, the boarding started.
Torre Mesa cerrando operaciones en 8 minutos. Mexico Tower is closing operations in 8 minutes.
Enjoy your day, safe travels. See you again.
Alright, so there we are. I think the turnaround went pretty well. I was a little sad about the Tulum and that the gates didn't work. That surprised me.
Welcome to your destination.
Other than that, I thought it went real well, except my phone wouldn't stop blowing up while we were trying to land and taxi in. That was rather annoying, but that is life with a phone. So, sorry about that. Let's see, we talked about what's next. And don't forget, profile video description is our links for Discord and also our links to the website. If you want to come and join and fly with us, we would love to have you.
Appreciate it.
Got questions, comments, concerns, YouTube comment section or Discord.
Hope
And we'll
to see you
get you
again.
squared away there. So yeah, we're going to make our way south after this, and
Have a
then
great
we're
day.
really going to go south. We're going to go down in the southern part of South America, hit up some spots in Chile and Argentina. There's one in Brazil I would like to do that it's not in the southern part, but I'm thinking we do it on the way out, type thing.
Thank you very
So
much.
Papa por derecha en Eco 2 y después
that's
de
what I'm
Eco,
thinking right now. So yeah, that's about
Enjoy your
it.
day, safe travels.
We'll let the bags get unloaded, and we'll wrap this up, and we'll see you on the next one.
Have a wonderful day. See you again. Thanks for flying today. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks for flying today. Take care. Have a safe onward journey. Thanks for flying with us. Have a good one. Thanks for flying today. Take care. All the best. Take care now. Thank you, folks. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. Thank you, folks. Thanks, sir. Take care. Thank you for choosing us.
Torre México, cerrando presencia en 2 minutos. Mexico Tower is closing in 2 minutes.
Enjoy the rest of your trip. Thanks for flying with us. Enjoy your day. Safe travels. Thanks for flying today. Goodbye. Have a pleasant stay. Appreciate it. All the best. Take care. Enjoy your day. Safe travels. Have a pleasant stay. Thanks. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again. Enjoy your day. Safe travels.
Torre México, cerrando operaciones, monitoreen con Unicom en CITAF, perdón, en el aire en Unicom. Mexico Tower is closing operations. Please monitor CITAF. Good day.
Hope to see you again. Have a lovely day. Appreciate it. Goodbye. Have a nice day. All the best. Enjoy your stay. Have a nice day. Have a good one. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Have a lovely day. Thank you for choosing us. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your trip. All the best. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Have a lovely day. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Enjoy the weather. Thanks, sir. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Have a pleasant stay. All the best. Enjoy your day. Safe travels. Thanks for flying with us. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Enjoy your stay. Thanks for flying with us.